This video was digitized from a reel of silent 8mm film. I think it's probably 1954. I couldn't get a date off the film, but it's of this military unit, this U.S. Army unit, I think deploying to Korea in 1954 time frame. And it's just a really great, piece of film because it shows them right here. He's getting ready to leave home. Then it shows them mustering up right here. Then they're going to which I think is New York City, and then they're going to board the U.S. Navy ship General Weigel, T-AP-119, and then they're going to sail to Fort Buchanan, Puerto Rico, and then travel through the Panama Canal where the film ends. And I think they're either going on to Japan and then Korea. And it's, this film is about 17 or 18 minutes long, and usually I don't like to, make videos that long. If it is this, if I do come across something this long, I'll cut it down. Crop out some of the footage you're going to see here of New York City and maybe the cruise and Puerto Rico. But because this really gives you the feel of what it was like to deploy back in the 50s, where you had to go by troop transport, and it could take you weeks to get to Japan or Korea, where today, you get on a plane and within half a day, you're there. And I think this is 1954 time frame because the General Weigel was placed in reduced operational status in 1955. And like this soldier right here, you can see he's wearing a 5th Army patch, the one that was dancing right there. And, the rest of them are wearing 1st Army patches. And you may see in this group and in subsequent footage, maybe an 8th Army patch. But with all that, I really couldn't derive what's, how these guys are getting deployed. And when or where exactly. So if this is New York, this could be New Jersey, Fort Dix. And yeah, just a great look at, the U.S. Army deploying to Korea in the early 1950s. And just a historical note on this film, you'll see at about the 7-minute mark, these soldiers are posing with a white ship in the background. That's the MS Stockholm cruise ship, and she's famous for colliding with the SS Andrea Doria in 1956, in which the Andrea Doria sank. So this would have been some footage of the Stockholm, maybe a year or two before that tragic collision. So yeah, I think with these three here, I don't know if it just showed it or if it's going to show it. I thought I saw an 8th Army patch on one of these soldiers. But yeah, if you can make out any information from this film, please leave a comment. But I'm leaning towards 1954 and deploying to Korea, and then like I say, here we get into New York City. But hope you enjoy.